Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I go by One Cheap Compadre, and you're watching Cheap Stocks TV. Where on my channel, we're talking about savings, we're talking about investing, we're talking about politics, and I got something that you probably already know, but I'm just going to give you the lowdown, my synopsis, my opinion on this particular issue because people are acting like this is something new when this has been going on for a long time. So the wealthiest executive pay little to nothing in federal income tax, report says. Now, many people will argue that these businesses, these corporations, these CEOs are bringing jobs to the community, which they are. They are bringing jobs, and they do get these tax cuts, especially places like New York, where they get 10 years incentive tax-free if they keep their companies there for at least 10 years and they bring jobs for these individuals, more workers. Even if they buy property, they get incentives off of that where they can save taxes, which is fine. But my thing is, why the worker is paying so much in taxes? How about this? Won't they allow for the worker to invest in a company where they can get shares of the company, where they can find ways to help them save on taxes as well if they put more into the company as their CEO does? How about that? No one talks about that, right? But here we go. So, Washington 25 richest Americans, including Jeff Bezos, Michael Bloomberg, and Elon Musk, pay relatively little and sometimes nothing in federal income tax between 2014 and 2018, according to an analysis from the news organization ProPublica that was based on a trove of international, or better yet, Internal Revenue Service tax data. The analysis showed that the nation's richest executives paid just a fraction of their wealth in taxes, 13.6 billion in federal income taxes, during a time period when their collective net worth increased by 401 billion, according to a tabulation by Forbes, especially during the pandemic, right? The documents reveal that the stark inequality in American tax system as plutocrats like Mr. Bezos, Mr. Bloomberg, Warren Buffett, and Musk and George Soros were able to benefit from a complex web of loopholes in the tax cuts and the fact that the United States puts its emphasis on taxing labor income versus wealth. Once again, what they're going to stand on is that they are the ones who are bringing jobs, they are bringing wealth to the community, and these are the reasons why they should be a tax breaks, which, you know, that is a reasonable stance. But at the same time, how about allowing for the workers to invest in that company as well, where they can get tax breaks? How about that? Instead of taxing the wealthy, which that is something that we should be doing, but we all know that eventually the ones who really going to be taxed are the middle class and the poor, right? They go over this over and over each year, like this is something new, but nothing never really gets done, right? So my idea is, instead of taxing them for more, how about allowing for the workers to invest into the company so they can get a tax break? How about that? Much of the wealth that the rich accrue, like shares in companies they run, vacation homes, yachts, and other investments, isn't considered taxable income unless those assets are sold and a gain is realized. Even then, there are loopholes in the tax code that can limit or erase all tax liability. So not only they get tax breaks for businesses, but also for the property that they buy and other assets as well. Administration officials said on Tuesday that federal authorities were investigating the disclosure of private tax information, which can constitute a criminal offense. Wow, it's getting pretty serious, I see, huh? So any unauthorized disclosure of confidential information by a person with access is illegal, Jan Bazik, the White House press secretary, said at a briefing. We take this very seriously. I guess some people are going to become scapegoat and used as an example, huh? So the rare window into the tactics of a nation's top billionaire comes as President Biden is trying to overhaul the tax code so that corporations and the rich pay more, right? Right? He's talking about the bill that he's trying to push out, right? The tax code where people are going to pay more in taxes, the wealthy, that is. Mr. Biden has proposed raising the top marginal income tax rate to 39.6% from 37%, which would reverse the reduction ushered by the former President Donald Trump Jr. 2017 tax cuts, which he also benefited from that as well. But you have to understand, throughout history, especially in the United States, there's times when people had to pay more in taxes. So you think this is a lot? Try looking back and find out how much people were paying back in the 1920s, 1930s, and so on, if you think that these tax cuts will be a hindrance to the wealthy. The documents and the conclusions of the analysis could renew calls for Mr. Biden to consider wealth tax, given that a higher margin tax rate would do little to raise the tax bill of the 25 richest Americans. From 2014 to 2018, 25 wealthiest Americans paid an average of 15.8% or 13.6 billion in personal federal income tax. So what do you think? Do you think that we should have the wealthy pay more in income tax, or do you think that the workers should have incentive to invest in companies where they can also get a tax break? What do you think? Put your comment down below. Become a subscriber. Make sure to smash that like button. And on your way out, don't forget to click that notification bell. Have a great day.